Imagine you just signed a 4-month lease in a city you've never lived in, and 2 weeks later there's 3 feet of snow outside and absolutely nowhere to put it. That's the midterm rental experience in a nutshell, and nobody warned you it was coming. Midterm rentals are basically the middle child of the housing world. Longer than a hotel stay, shorter than a full lease, usually somewhere between 1 and 6 months. Traveling nurses, remote workers, corporate relocators, and people going through major life transitions are the ones filling these units, and they almost always arrive a little underprepared for the local curveballs. Here's the thing nobody talks about. Relocating tenants don't just need a furnished bedroom, they need a whole temporary life set up fast. And in colder climates, that means snow. Glorious, merciless, car-burying snow becomes a very real problem very quickly. So what can you actually offer as a landlord or property manager to make yourself stand out like a golden retriever in a room full of tax attorneys? Snow storage solutions are one of the most underrated amenities you could possibly advertise to an incoming tenant from, say, Phoenix or Miami. Designated snow removal service is the big one. You partner with a local plow company, bundle the cost into your rental fee, and your tenant never has to Google, "How do I shovel?" at 6 in the morning. That one sentence on your listing can be the reason someone picks your place over the identical unit across the street. You can also offer a dedicated snow storage zone on the property, which is basically just a section of your lot you've agreed will become a temporary snow mountain from December through March. It sounds almost too simple, but relocating tenants genuinely don't know where snow is supposed to go, and you giving them an answer before they ask is worth its weight in rock salt. Now let's talk about the other curveball for relocating tenants, especially the ones arriving with a vehicle they've driven or shipped across the country. Where is my car? And is it still alive? Vehicle tracking solutions might sound like something out of a spy movie, but offering a simple GPS tracker rental or a partnered service is actually a really thoughtful touch for tenants who are navigating unfamiliar streets and unfamiliar parking situations. Think about the person who just moved from Atlanta to Minneapolis in January and has to park on a street with alternate side regulations they don't fully understand yet. A low-cost GPS tracker lets them locate their car fast, confirm it hasn't been towed to some lot 45 blocks away, and feel a little less like they're living inside a stress dream. Some property managers are now partnering with companies that offer connected vehicle subscriptions, which for something like $15 to $30 a month give tenants real-time location updates, theft alerts, and even battery health monitoring. You bundle that into a premium midterm package, and suddenly you're not just renting a furnished apartment, you're renting peace of mind with a side of heated parking tips. Here's a small but important distinction worth knowing. Short-term snow storage isn't always about plowing. Sometimes it's literally about where a tenant puts the stuff they've temporarily relocated their life into. Offering a small dedicated storage unit, or a clearly marked garage corner for seasonal gear, packed boxes, or a second set of tires is the kind of gesture that turns a 5-star review into a paragraph-long love letter on every platform you exist on. The irony is that most landlords spend thousands of dollars renovating kitchens when they could just spend a few hundred building partnerships with local service providers and offering tenants a little handbook called "Here's How Winter Works Here." It costs almost nothing and signals that you actually see. Thought about who's moving into your space and what they're walking into? Data backs this up too. Tenant satisfaction in midterm rentals rises significantly when the onboarding experience includes local logistics support, not just a Wi-Fi password and a spare key. We're talking about the difference between a tenant who tells 2 people about your place and one who tells 20. You don't have to build an entire infrastructure overnight to make this work. You just have to identify the 2 or 3 friction points that a newcomer would hit in month 1 and solve them before they become complaints. Snow removal clarity and vehicle security are sitting right at the top of that list for a huge chunk of your potential tenant pool. The midterm rental market is growing faster than a snowbank in a parking lot, and the landlords who win aren't always the ones with the nicest units. They're the ones who made the move feel less terrifying. If you want to learn more about how our company helps property managers build smarter midterm rental packages, check out the links in the description.